you know there's a literal trash island floating in our oceans, and it's twice the size of Texas? It's called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
So this actually isn't quite true. It's more of a thin plastic soup than it is an island of plastic. That's actually a myth.
It exists due to all these human activities.
Okay, a couple things with this. First, rainwater and wind. We're going to skip those because those don't directly contribute. They're not human activities. So not important right now. Littering, illegal dumping, and laundry, those are contributing factors, but they're actually a very small percentage of the ocean plastic comes from these causes. It's very, very small because most ocean plastic comes from developing countries that don't have the infrastructure to collect and manage their waste. And so entire landfills can end up in the ocean. So in comparison, these three are a very small amount. And then the last one, lost gear from mass fishing. This does contribute a lot to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It's like 42% of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is from mass fishing, discarded ghost nets and whatnot, but it's only about 10% of ocean plastic as a whole.
Don't worry, because 90% of it can be removed by these technologies thanks to the Ocean Cleanup Project.
So it is true, the Ocean Cleanup does have the goal of removing 90% of ocean plastic. However, they are very far away from this. First of all, the area that are working in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch only contains 0.03% of ocean plastic that goes into the ocean every year. So it's a very, very small portion of ocean plastic actually is in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So it's a huge feat to try to clean that up on its own. But even if they did clean it up, it would only be 0.03% of all ocean plastic that goes in just 1 year. So they're actually very, very far away from meeting this goal. Now, I don't just say all of this to be a Debbie Downer about ocean plastic. We absolutely can solve ocean plastic, but we have to understand the problem correctly before we know what solutions to use to solve it. And the good news is there's some really great options that are way, way more efficient than the ocean cleanup. And I think the ocean cleanup does have a role to play, but we should be focusing on the most efficient forms of stopping ocean plastic first, before we spend millions and hundreds of millions of dollars to clean up a very small percentage of ocean plastic. Just doesn't make sense to be focusing on that.